Are you unsure whether to hire an independent contractor or an employee? I have had the experience of hiring both, and there are many things to think about before making your decision. Today we'll be discussing the differences between the two and which one might be the best fit for your business needs. Hey, my name is Sailynn and welcome to the Sailynn Show. If you're looking to build a business that allows you the time and money freedom all women entrepreneurs deserve, you are in the right place. If you're new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Weekly videos are released every Tuesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, and I don't want you to miss the next one. I support overworked women entrepreneurs by helping you create a sustainable business model structure with my unique but simple system that produces more results in less hours so you can finally find time and money freedom. As a business owner, it's important to understand the legal and financial implications of hiring either an independent contractor or an employee, and the factors to consider when making that decision. Let's get started by defining what is an independent contractor and employee. So what is an independent contractor? An independent contractor is a person who works for a company or an individual as a non-employee and is generally responsible for their own tax withholding and liability insurance. They may work on a project-by-project basis or have a longer-term agreement with the company. Independent contractors are not subject to the same employment laws as employees, and they're not entitled to benefits such as paid time off, health insurance, or retirement plans. So what is an employee? An employee is a person who works for a company or individual and is subject to certain employment laws and regulations such as minimum wage and overtime requirements. They're generally considered to be part of the company and receive benefits such as paid time off, health insurance, and retirement plans. Employees are typically hired for longer-term positions and have a regular schedule and work duties. There are many factors to consider when deciding whether to hire an independent contractor or an employee. Now let's take a look at 4 of the most important ones. Number 1, control. One of the biggest differences between independent contractors and employees is the level of control that you will have over them. Independent contractors generally have more control over their own work, while employees are subject to more supervision and direction from you as their employer. If you need someone to work on a specific project and don't want to micromanage their work, an independent contractor might be a good choice. However, if you need someone to work closely with your team and be available during certain hours, an employee might be a better fit. 2, cost. Hiring an independent contractor can be less expensive than hiring an employee, at least in the short term. Independent contractors are responsible for their own taxes, insurance, and other expenses, so you don't have to cover those costs. However, if you have a long-term need for a certain type of work, it might be more cost-effective to hire an employee instead of continually paying independent contractors, which are normally at a higher rate for short-term service. 3, flexibility. Independent contractors are generally more flexible than employees when it comes to scheduling and workload. They can work on their own time and often have more control over their own schedule. This can be beneficial if you have a project that needs to be completed quickly or if you need someone to work outside of regular business hours. However, if you need someone to be available during specific hours or to work on a consistent schedule, an employee might be a better choice for your business. Number 4, skills and expertise. Independent contractors are often hired for their specific skills and expertise in a certain area. They may have more experience or knowledge in a particular field than an employee would. If you need someone to complete a specific task or project that requires a certain level of expertise, an independent contractor might be the best choice. However, if you need someone to work on a variety of tasks and be a part of your team, an employee might be a better fit. Tell me in the comments which one sounds like the best fit for your company, an independent contractor or an employee. Now let's talk about the legal and financial implications of hiring an independent contractor versus an employee. While there are benefits to both options, it's important to understand the potential risks and liabilities. Number one, taxes. As an employer, you're responsible for withholding and paying certain taxes for your employees, including Social Security and Medicare taxes. However, if you hire an independent contractor, they're responsible for paying their own taxes, including self-employment tax. This can save you money in the short term, but if you misclassify an employee as an independent contractor and fail to withhold taxes, you could face penalties and fines from the government. Number two, liability insurance. When you hire an independent contractor, they're typically responsible for their own liability insurance. However, if they cause damage or injury while working for your company, you could still be held liable. On the other hand, if you have employees, you're generally required to carry workers' compensation insurance and liability insurance to protect your business in case of injury or damages caused by your employees. Number three, employment laws. Independent contractors are not subject to the same employment laws as employees, which can make them an attractive option for some employers. However, if you misclassify an employee as an independent contractor, you could face penalties and fines from the government. It's important to properly classify your workers to avoid legal issues. And number four, benefits. As mentioned earlier, employees are entitled to certain benefits such as paid time off, health insurance, and retirement plans. These benefits can be expensive to small businesses, but they're important for attracting and retaining quality employees. Independent contractors are not entitled to these benefits, which can make them a more cost-effective option in the short term, but could also make it harder to retain them long term. In summary, deciding whether to hire an independent contractor or an employee depends on several factors, including control, cost, flexibility, skills, and expertise. However, it's important to also consider the legal and financial implications of each option. While independent contractors can be less expensive and more flexible, they also come with greater legal and financial risks. Employees offer more stability and benefits, but also come with greater costs and regulatory requirements. Ultimately, the decision comes down to your specific business needs and goals. As always, I like to share with you what has worked best for me on my 16+ year entrepreneurial journey. So this week's free resource is the Legacy Business Blueprint Masterclass. During this free class, I am sharing with you the 3 mistakes growing entrepreneurs can't afford to make if you want to scale your profit without increasing your hours. This is the exact strategy I use to shift from 80+ hour work weeks to building a multi-million-dollar business in just 16 hours weekly. It's your time to earn more and work less. You deserve this. And I don't want you to have to check your calendar and then wait for some scheduled presentation to get this transformative info. So I made it available for you to stream on demand right now at www.passionpurposeposture.com/Legacy Business Blueprint. And I've linked it below in the description. Just click show more below this video. And that's a wrap on this week's episode. I've asked YouTube to recommend another video for you here, but don't forget to subscribe to my channel before you go so you get notified of weekly new episodes. Thank you so much for watching, and remember to live this one life you were given.